actually feels kind of good. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. I can bear it.
Oh God, I'm gonna freeze today.
I'll share. I made my.
It would be weird if I didn't go to Mount Carmel, but I do.
My mom brought a sweater in case you want to put it on your lap or something in the car. It's like really soft.
Bus. It's a bus, Stephanie. We have to get the back. We have to get the back. We have to get the back.
Wait, I think it's one of those.
No, it's not. There's no such thing as that. You're dumb. No, there's not. Come on, Stephanie.
It's not like that little row thing. It's like the single seats.
Oh, you can go. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
This is going to be the most documented.
Am I tripping or did they get McDonald's? They got McDonald's. They're smart.
And we were so happy to have you here at LBB. You know, this is our 23rd Young Heroes event, and what a spectacular group of young people and mentors with us today. And I thought I'd tell you just a little bit about the building. We're going to walk through to the back and a little bit to our big studios, where there are some surprises, I think, for you all in store. But I also am asking for your help, because I'm limited in my technological ability according to my grandchildren. And so one of the things we're doing tonight is streaming the event live. And so we would love if you would, whatever, you Snapchat, Facebook, whatever, Instagram, your friends, and tell them that they can watch online, live. We'll be taping it for broadcast later on, but we'll also be streaming the banquet tonight, and it would be great if they could, you know, see you. And we are trying new things at all times, and we're very excited about having you here. So let me tell you about LPB. This big building was a book depository. And we've been in here a long time, since about 1985. And the movie The Toy with Richard Pryor, Jackie Gleason, was filmed here. It was just a big empty warehouse. And I was coming over to do a story, and I looked down around and I thought, I think we could make this into a studio. And so we put a big front on it, but the rest of it is a big warehouse, and we have big studios in the back, and you saw the big satellite dishes out front. From here, we're connected via fiber and satellite. We own a transponder in the sky. We connect all the stations in Louisiana. So you're going to see the control room where we have stations in Shreveport, Monroe, Lafayette, Lake Charles, Alexandria, New Orleans is connected at WLAE. So we're going to be broadcasting a program about you all too later, and I'm going to get the date, so we'll talk about it tonight. But it'll be there so that all of your various friends and family can see, we hope. So we are really so very proud of you, and we want to know a little bit more about you right now. Now, I'm going to be interviewing you tonight, so it's not a investigative report. It's just trying to find out something more about you. And so this morning we're going to begin, before we hear from our wonderful mayor-president, we're going to begin with the mentors introducing each one of you, and Donna.
Yeah, I'm going to start. Okay. And I am so happy to introduce Megan Gremion. Megan is a senior at St. Joseph's Academy, and she's here with her parents, Amy and Craig Gremion, her sister, Ashley Gremion, and her godmother, Melissa Collins, who drove up from New Orleans to be with us today.
Mentor,
I'm going to go next. And this is Amanda Rouget. She's from New Orleans, Louisiana. She's an 8th grader at Mount Carmel. She's joined today with her best friend, Stephanie, and her mother, Margaret Wilson, her dad, Arnold Rouget, and her stepmom, Kathy Rouget.
My little hero is Carly Stevens. Carly is a senior at Baton Rouge High, and she's here with her mom, Felicia Garrett-Charles. Who would like to be next? Raise your hand. Oh, there you go. Sure.
My name is Tony Montclair, and I'm here with my awesome young hero, Savannah Green. She's a senior at Winfield Senior High School, and she is here with her mom, Shanny Green, and her dad, Godfrey.
Hi, my name is Judith, and I have the privilege of mentoring Darenicia Singleton. She is a senior at Scotlandville Magnet High, River Baton Rouge. Today, her mom, Tracy, is here, her brother, Gary, and his friend, her friend, Keisha, and her other brother, Jeremiah.
Okie dokie.
So, Gary's here.
Good morning. I'm Marty Schmidt, and I'm proud to present Garrett Byrne. His father, Ethan, his mom, Chastity's here. They're from Walker. He attends the Louisiana School of Math, Science, and Arts in Natchitoches, Louisiana. He's a musician, and he's here with his friends Christopher and Jonas, and they're fellow students of his at LSMSA.
Good morning, everybody. This is Miles. JJ is my little hero. JJ is actually coming back from a blood test. His blood work was done this morning. But to give you a little bit about him, JJ is about yay high personality, is twice as tall, 9th grader, Munster High School, 15 years old. Motto, takes lives to save lives. Definitely one of those who pushes organ donation transplants. So, thank you.
I want you to know that these are Rotarians you're hearing from. Yes. Sorry.
I'm Seth.
Oh, there you are. Sorry.
So, Seth Loye, he has his mother here, Connie, and his grandmother is Regina Oye, and a senior at Catholic High. Going to be attending the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy in New York, and we're going to have some great stories tonight from all our young heroes. of Business Ed.
All right, so I want you to know these are all Rotarians from Baton Rouge who are your mentors, and we have a committee that's been working hard to plan this event for the entire year. And before we bring up our special guest, I want to, here is Monique Spalding, who is our chairman of our committee. So you're going to hear more from us, but right now I would like to introduce to you somebody I've known a long time. She is the mayor president of East Baton Rouge. Prior to being elected mayor, she was in the Senate, and she was the Senate pro tem. She was in a great leadership role, and she has this wonderful voice you will hear, which I love. And she was on our city council as well. She is a mother and grandmother. I know she cares a great deal about education, and I've seen her reading to her grandchildren too at our school where they go to together. We are grandmothers together there, and so we are so happy that she is here with us today to honor all of you. Sharon.
Thank you, Beth. I am so excited. I can't think of a better way to start my Monday morning than to celebrate young heroes from throughout Louisiana. You all certainly are leading the way as it relates to offering a response to many of the issues that we face and just demonstrating leadership. So I wholeheartedly congratulate you. And this morning I'm so pleased to proclaim today as Louisiana Young Heroes Day, whereas Louisiana Public Broadcasting and the Rotary Club of Baton Rouge honor inspirational young people in our state through the Louisiana Young Heroes program, whereas Acadiana Companies, Blue Cross, Blue Shield of Louisiana, CenturyLink, and Walters Papillon Thomas Collins LLC, attorneys at law, have provided underwriting support for the project, whereas the 8 young people selected for 2018 Louisiana Young Heroes Awards have inspired others through their deeds and service to their communities. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Sharon Weston Broome, Mayor President of East Baton Rouge Parish, do hereby recognize Garrett Byrne, Savannah Green, Megan Grimion, Sethan Oye, Jairus Robertson, Amanda Rouget, Garadisa Singleton, and Kari Stevens. And I do proclaim today, Monday, April 16th, as Louisiana Young Heroes Day. And my last admonition and encouragement to each and every one of you all, continue the path that you have chosen, and remember your world is as big as you make it. God bless you, and thank you for letting me be here with you today.
So I think it would be fun to take some pictures, and we decided we're a little cramped in here and the pictures didn't come out that well last time. So I think we're going to move out into the lobby, and I'm looking at our official chef here, and we're maybe assemble in the lobby and take a picture with the mayor president there. And on our way to the studios in the back. Now, if some of you parents would like to take a picture with Victoria or Poldark or something like that, or, you know, we have some of the cutouts in the lobby, that would be fun as well. So we're a little ahead of schedules. You are seriously overachievers. And so we are really happy to have you, but we're going to feed you all during the day, so don't be anxious about the next event. And isn't the weather beautiful today? I know everybody's talked about how one year we came here and there were tornado warnings going off everywhere as you got on the bus. And we were very worried we would have, you know, the bus twisting up like Dorothy or something, you know. So today, a beautiful day for you all, and you're going to have, I know, really, I hope, a lifetime of experiences today. And so we are so happy to see you, but we're going to lead you out into the studio, and if the young heroes would sort of gather by, where do you think, Kathy? Yeah, okay. Step through that big thing like this. Yeah, okay.
So you just, if I can have the young heroes follow me.
That'd be first. Yeah, that'd be great.
you come right here.
Oh, too old to dangle
And let's see. That's good. What's that?
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Can we let us Here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more. Master control, and from here we feed out to all of the locations across the state. We have a satellite transponder We're like interns too, so you all. These are editing bays. We used to have big film and everything out of this,
What are we doing? Oh, Lord. Oh, no.
You go away hungry at your own cost.
That's right. We're going to keep you very well fed today. We promise you that. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Young Heroes Day, and none of it. They just get the meals get better as the day goes on. I'm Margaret with LTV.
This is called Wednesday.
Something unusual. How many of y'all are here from out of town? No, you go. We got a lot of Baton Rouge area kids. Every year is different.
I think it's a publication. The CNN town. It was cool.
So I'm learning my geography.
We will have pictures today posted on the website. We'll have family members, link to it. So
as we go, we'll be posting something. Whole gallery with Jeff's pictures, our pictures. Nice. Perfect. There we go. Yes. This is the 23rd year we've done Heroes, and I've been here for almost 19 years of that. So
the LPB did it the first year.
And then Rotary joined us in the second year, and it's been a great partnership because, I mean, with Rotary chapters all over the state also, and so they've been wonderful partners to work with. We do a lot of the hard lifting. We had close to 100 this year.
Still cold.
And think about it, that we've had 23 years of Young Heroes, with the 8th this year. That's 190 kids over 23 years. That shows you what a select group of kids are. And so we get the, people wonder what happens. We get the nomination in, and we have a selection committee made up of Rotary members.
It's my turn.
I know Rex work. We have a Friends volunteer who is a retired teacher, and we have a whole selection committee that goes through all of the applications. And so they pick each 8 as being the most outstanding group. So it makes you feel very, very special. And you're going to be using a lot of the former Young Heroes, as we now call them, Young Heroes. Thank you, ma'am. It doesn't matter if they're former now, they're still heroes. And so many of the kids, we keep up with them. We send out update forms each year to try to see what our kids are doing. And it just warms my heart to see what wonderful lives are still doing. They're still involved with foundations or charity work or, of course, careers, families. And so it's absolutely wonderful. Like my former young hero, or my former student worker, was a pretty young hero. She was my first student worker here. And now she's a mother of 4.
Let's follow Sally right now. Everyone this way, please.
This is a second.
Right in that studio right there.
And what's interesting is we represented young people on the committee, and almost without exception, every one of those
Yeah, but we're on the border. It's all going tonight. Let's see. Garenicia, where you will be right on this side. Amanda, you will be next. Okay, JJ's not here, so we'll leave a space for him. Karen, you'll be right here on the end. And let's see, and starting on this side, Savannah. Beautiful hair. Oh, sorry, right here. Sorry, no, you won't be in the middle. Garrett, right here. Megan, and Seth, you'll be right here on the end. And this is the order that you're going to be in tonight, so we'll have a rehearsal before tonight. We'll come down, we'll put you in that order. These spaces, Beth Courtney will be sitting right here, and when it's your turn, you'll be sitting right here. She'll be talking to you. She's going to ask you some questions about, about different things about yourself. Nothing too hard. All right. Jude and where's Jean? Jean's in the background. I have to have my helpers. Here.
Well, they're getting ready over there for the young ladies. That will be on the stage this evening. So just we're the dress is just we have the chairs turned in. Just conscious of that. The audience out there.
You're so quiet this morning. Is your coffee handy? Well, I'm sure you've heard before we have surprises for you. You probably heard somebody mention that. We have surprises for you. Good stuff. Good surprises, and you're not going to believe some of the things we have for you. We're going to start off with, I've got my helpers over here, Jude and Monique are going to help you, the Vanna Whites of the day, and they're going to show you your wonderful gifts. We're going to start off with the Public Affairs Research Council's PAR Guide 2018. The guide to your legislators and also if you want to get in touch with them. Things like about TOPS, those kind of things coming up that y'all have to know about. Next, from Fidelity Bank, we have mouse pads. Everybody needs another mouse pad because I know mine gets worn down. Visit Baton Rouge was gracious enough to give us some Post-it notes and pen. Next, we have from Community Coffee. They have the travel coffee tumbler. Then inside the tumbler, there's coupons and pens also.
Dude, you're too much. Vanna White over there.
Iberia Bank has this nice journal with a pen, and she'll show you how it works.
She's such a nice.
Jude's been doing this with me for a number of years. Mary Bird Perkins also gives you a journal with a pen.
You're doing a lot of writing.
That's right, so y'all better be journaling, okay? Franciscan University gave each of you a t-shirt. They had your shirt sizes, so it will be your size shirt. Baton Rouge Physical Therapy Lake also has a t-shirt that will be in your size. Better than your best. And next, LSU went all out. They have a baseball cap, a t-shirt, and all kinds of spirit gear for you also.
Oh, wait, gotta do this. This is like fun.
Yes, you must wear it all at one time. Now we have a whole packet of different gift cards. We'll be talking about these throughout the presentation, but Vitally Communications has a Chick-fil-A gift card, but there's more in there that we'll get to. From Exxon, we have an umbrella.
Oh, I need one of those.
Exxon umbrella. Like in Louisiana, you always need an umbrella. As Beth mentioned earlier, we had one year, a few years back, where the sirens were all going off because it was the day that tornadoes were in the area. So we learned. That happened Saturday. I kept thinking about that. Then next we have from Walters, Papillon, Thomas, Cullens, LLC, Attorneys at Law, Umbrella, and a pouch of school supplies, too.
Yes. So we got 2 of those?
Oh, is that one of the school ones? And we talked to Walters, Papillon, Thomas, Cullens, LLC. From Campus Federal, pop sockets. Now, do y'all know what pop sockets are? I had no idea what that is. It goes on the back of your cell phone or your tablet or whatever to help boost it. And from Jude Barbier at Campus Federal, she has each of you a pack of Girl Scout cookies. Thanks a lot, Girl Scout cookies. We need a young hero Girl Scout cookie, don't we? From Entergy, they have a whole bag of stuff, including a Bluetooth speaker, and there's pens, and there's all kinds of little nifty gifties in there in the bag. It's a bag of goodies. In that gift bag, we have the Friends of the Baton Rouge Zoo have passes to the Greater Baton Rouge Zoo. Always a fun day. Neighbors Federal Credit Union has yet another leather portfolio, journal, whatever you want to use it. But look at that, how nice that is.
Now, our mentors did a little something special. So when you get back to your room, if you peek in there, there's a little note. We're all ready.
Oh, wow.
So when you get back, take a little peek at it.
The mentors are such wonderful people.
Y'all don't do spell check on it though.
Okay, from Alzheimer's Services in the capital area, it's a nice little blanket and folds all up into this little handy dandy carrier. Yeah. Jeffrey Marks, who's a Pulitzer Prize winning author, and he also nominated JJ. He has an autographed copy of his book, Walking with Tigers. Each one's personalized for the young heroes. And like I said, Pulitzer Prize winning author. LPB has some swag for you. We have a copy of our Sunshine by the Stars DVD, which has a lot of different people you might know, like Harry Connick Jr. and Trombone Shorty, and different people singing our state song. And also a copy of Louisiana 200 Years of Statehood, which is narrated by Harry Connick Jr. We also have an LPB coffee mug. Oh, I don't think it's in there. I'll have to put that one in there. And then we have Sally Budd, who y'all have met, who does our sets and everything. She did this etched change dish for y'all. Has each of your names on them, plus the Rotary and LPB logos and the date. So you can put your rings or your change or whatever on your dresser.
Yeah, all my fingerprints on it. I'm sorry.
That's right. So now if Jude commits a crime, we have her fingerprint. This bag is not in here, but we have from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, we have their plush puppy, the drawstring backpack, and a Raising Cane's gift card. From Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, they have a Yeti mug, a nice big Yeti mug, and this lovely rolling backpack that all your prizes are going into. And yes, this all fits in there, so not a bad deal. And some more of the gift cards that are in that envelope. From Louisiana Capital Federal Credit Union, a $25 Visa gift card. From Jenny King, a $50 gift card. Wow. And let's see, Rotary Club of Baton Rouge has a $250 Visa gift card for you. And wherever you want. Then we have from generous members of the Rotary Club of Baton Rouge, we have, we have, come on, man. We have a personalized MacBook Air for each one of you. Oh
my God. Wow.
That is the ultimate in yes, it will do all your college work and you can have fun with it too. And then, I want one. And then from the Rotary Club of Baton Rouge, we also have laptop cases so you can protect your personalized MacBook Air.
Yes.
Not a bad deal, eh? Are you surprised?
Yes.
I've never seen one in real life.
I'll let you touch it later. All right, does anybody have any questions about this day? Well, let me tell you too, we're going to load all these gifts up. We have a bag for each of y'all, and they will be delivered to the hotel. So when you get back there from lunch, you can go to the front desk and they will have your bags that has both your name and whoever the room's registered under their name on it also. So they'll have it all waiting for you, okay? So then you can play with it all afternoon until time for the bank. Does anybody have... It's hard. You can't have it. Anybody have any questions about the day? No. You're still so quiet. We gotta get y'all wound up a
Does anyone
little
want to
bit.
ask this? Do any of you guys want to like not have the MacBook here?
But if somebody doesn't want theirs, I'm sure we have people here who'd be happy to take it off your hands if you already have 2 or 3. We have a volunteer right here. No questions?
Wow.
Okay, well, I guess we'll get some more photos. We have our set back here. This is the set we use for our weekly show, Louisiana, the state we're in, that airs every Friday at 7 p.m., excuse me. Every Friday at 7 p.m. And so we want to get the young heroes up here. We'll get some pictures with y'all, and then we'll get some pictures with mentors and whoever wants to get pictures up there. So why don't y'all head to the back where Mr. Clay is waiting for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The canes got me. I will not stand next to you. You're too tall.
My legs.
Yeah, I don't have to give out I just got some game here. This segment brought to you live.
Why don't we have 2 in the back? We get there and Seth, I want you to stand right here. If you move in, and then Garrett, if you would stand next to Seth in the back, and then move in here.
All right.
Oh, okay, okay.
Are we holding?
Okay.
the one that they practice actually. Was the It does not ever look good when you're not. What are they doing?
Great shot. Yeah.
I want the little spiral thing.
I can easily get a smile. All right, y'all.
Look here.
Gather together. One of y'all.
Yeah, get the ball.
Everyone try to get on the
I can't even grip the ball to do the little thing. Oh, they're tight.
You gotta hold it.
You know the one that's like.
But when you hold it,
But I can't. My hand is in big.
Amanda.
Dad, you want to play tackle football with me?
Stephanie. Come on, Amanda. Stand next. Let me get your picture. Yeah.
Oh, look, you did for your senior picture.
Go ahead. Go ahead. That's awesome. That came out good.
There's some balls you can volley.
Hopefully I'll go.
Like those over there, obviously.
Yeah. I tried that one. It didn't work out. I don't know where we are now.
I'm still behind you, man.
It's just so large.
Like light yoga balls. I know they were heavy.
All
Good hand strength and reach. Only when necessary.
You're embracing the meet.
All right, everybody, let's go. Let go, let go, let go.
Thanks, Dad.
Fill up the front row for sure. So make sure that y'all are the front. So put you in exactly where you are.
Check under your seat to see if you have the lucky $1,000 bill.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Emily Dixon. I'm the coordinator of offensive operations upstairs. I work for our offensive coordinator and in recruiting, and then do a lot of media stuff for our website. And we're so happy to have you all here. This is something that we look forward to each year doing this. This is Bo from our video department, and he's going to play a quick video for us. And then if y'all are thinking of any questions while you're here, as soon as the video is over, we'll do questions and see if there's anything else you want to know. Thanks, Bo.
Don't
Again, my name is Kenneth Miles, and I'm the Assistant Vice Chancellor of the Cox Communications Academic Center for Student Athletes. So basically what that means is that I am pretty much busy all day, all night, every weekend pretty much as well. Well, one of the things that we strive to do is basically develop our young men and women, student athletes who are here, and become the best person that they can be. It's done by a variety of ways, some of which is our programming, some of which is the interactions with individuals that work within the center. But more importantly, we want to make sure that they're going to be in a position to be successful once they leave these doors. Our motto is enter to learn, leave to serve. So simply put, every time that we enter a facility or a building, it's an opportunity to get better. The goal is to be better than what you were than when you entered the building. And understanding our moral responsibility and social responsibility to bring the next person up behind us or go out and serve our community. Okay? One of the things that's worthy to note, from 2008 is when I arrived here until now, our graduation success rate for our student athletes has risen from 69% to 90%.
Wow.
But I am a smart man and recognize that the efforts just don't hang on my shoulders. I got a very talented team. And so it's based on the collective efforts of others and basically getting everybody on the same book, on the same page, of the same chapter, all right, to be able to get the results that we want, all right? Our goals of the program, first is to graduate our students. Second, prepare them for life after college. Third, basically promote the integrity of our program through example, okay? And fourth is provide our folks with the professional development competencies to be able to actually stay on the cutting edge of programming for our students. You know, the simplest way I put it is that when you're on a plane and they talk about atmospheric pressure dropping and the gas mask fall, or oxygen mask, excuse me, falls, to basically put it on yourself before you can actually help the next person. Same premise, all right? If I'm not preparing the folks who are going to be working with those individuals to be able to go get it done, I have not done my due diligence. All right. Now, one of the things that I will share with you from an academic perspective, so you have an understanding as it relates to our football student athletes since we're here. There are academic meetings that are weekly, every week. So all the coaches know where their student athletes from their respective positions, where they are every week. So they know whether or not they did great on the test, did bad on the test, did not turn in a paper, did not participate in a project, every week. And so when you think about it, the goal is to be able to minimize surprises. That's the one time I will flip and lose it. If I'm surprised, that means everybody else is surprised. And so we make certain that everybody, again, is on the same page. And that's what I said, collective efforts of others. In order for us to get those results, coaches, administrators also have to be on the same page, right? So everybody has to be on the same page to be able to garner those results. What I will tell you is that no one in the SEC, for that matter, when you look across the country, has such a great trend upwards than we have. And what I remind folks, I said, success happens by design, all right? It's the same notion of when folks are going to compete. I never say good luck, good luck. Luck sounds happen chance. I always say do well. Simply meant that you already put the preparation in to get the results that you want, okay? And so our coaches are very vested in our process. They're very vested in what we do. Oh, speak of the devil, look at that. Coaches have great buy-in. We do what we're supposed to. We make sure that we hold our student athletes accountable. So basically there is a cause and reaction. So meaning if they do something correct, they get pat on the back. If they don't do what they're supposed to, then they got to pay the consequences, such as life, you know? And at that point, what we hope to do is be able to change the behavior, right? Change the behavior changes lives. If you could get somebody to go straight versus left or right, then we've done our due diligence. Are there questions for me before I turn it over to the man of the hour? You can feel free. Don't be bashful. I've eaten, I'm not as hungry, so we're gonna be all right. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna turn the floor over to Coach Ed Ogeron. Coach O and I go way back to 1997. I know when he was probably about, I might give him another 70 pounds bigger, okay? But don't misunderstand me, it was not like chubbiness. But it goes back to the frozen tundra of Syracuse. And I was very proud to see that he ended up coming over here to LSU. We kept in contact during the interim time, and what I can tell you is that what you see is what you get, all right? He's a man of his word. He's definitely a father figure. Yes, he's definitely that big brother. He's got a little light though, you know, in his age, he's getting a little older, man. You know? But he has a serious commitment and passion for our student athletes, and he wants them to do well. And he recognizes that this is the opportunity to do so. He also recognizes that it is his responsibility to also shape and mold. And I think with that in mind, you can't have a better coach, you can have a better friend, and I certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
How you doing? What's up, young lady? See, what's up, man? See, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Great to see you guys. It's an honor to meet you guys. Hey, y'all get me fired up. How about that? Hey, welcome to our team room. Welcome everybody here. I want to thank y'all for all you do. We have a saying here. LSU Tigers, one team, one heartbeat. All of us together. That's kind of what I see in this group here. You know, we all need each other. And we all lean on each other. Everybody has strengths, everybody has weaknesses, and we play off of that, okay? And then you see this LSU, if you notice it's interlocked. I got here, it was LSNU. We like this as a team, together. No superstars, not offense, defense, or special team, not the head coach, not assistant coach, all of us together. But my talk to you today is, I can relate to you from real life experience. Everybody has a dream. Everybody has a dream. I don't know if y'all do this, I used to do this when I was small. And I used to lay in the bed and play basketball. I used to lay in the bed and I throw my basketball and I would try to see if I could come close to the roof and not hit it. How many of you ever did that? You know what I'm talking about? And that was my dream, man. I dreamed about what I wanted to become. That I had to go out there and take the steps to become it. And along the way, people would say, no, you can't do this. No, you're not going to do that. You know what happens? Some people listen to that and they believe these other people and they join that group. Well, if I'd have done that, I'd have been fishing. You know what I mean? Or I'd have been working on an oil rig. But I was not going to do it. I was going to get my education. My education from tiny Northwestern State University allowed me to go to Miami, Florida, to New York City, to Los Angeles, to be in the movie The Blind Side. How many seen The Blind Side? Oh, I did. You did? What you think about that coach from Mississippi on there? Huh? All right, huh? Pretty cool, huh? That's good. And then realized my dream to be the head coach of the LSU Tigers. So I know all of you have a dream. I know you do. Go get it. Become it. Write down your dream. Write down your goals. What's it going to take? But for me, I had to network. I had to meet people along the way that were going to help me take certain steps. And that's what your education gives you, on and off the field. When you network, when you get my age, a lot of it's not what you know, it's who you know. So that's my word to you, but you guys give me encouragement. I know all of you have been through some stuff. I have too. We all go through stuff in life. There's not a person in here that's not faced adversity. But I know God puts adversity in my life to make me stronger. He puts hills in my life. And I want to know why those hills come. But he put those hills to help me climb the mountain. Now, I tell all recruits this. We want to choose to compete at the highest level. Whatever it may be in life, you know, sometimes it's human nature, man. Take the easy way out. No, wait a minute. All right, let's say we got to climb 2 mountains. You ready? We got a chance to climb this mountain right here. We got a chance to climb that mountain. Okay? All right, now, this one's a little bit easier, right? Right? It'll take less time, it'll take less effort. But this one right here, what's gonna happen? Oh man, I don't know if I can do it. I'm gonna have to work hard, man. There's gonna be some challenges. So let's see if we choose this one, okay? We choose this one, the lesser. We choose the easy way out. What happens when we get to that mountain? What are we looking at? Man, I wonder what's up there. I wonder why, man, why did I choose that, right? Let's say if we choose this mountain, right? What happens when we choose that mountain? When we get there, what are we looking at? That mountain. Have I got it? There ain't no looking back. Okay, now, having said that, we all get a chance to meet people that are very special. Okay, and LSU is a very special place. This is where the top athletes in the world come to play. But not even only the top athletes, better people. We promote good behavior here. We talk about going to school. If you miss class, the players call it one and run. They run at 5 a.m. in the morning with me and Kenneth and the coaches. And the coaches are not in a very good mood, obviously, right? But one of the best persons I've ever met since I've been here, he grew up like all of us from Carrick-Crow. He was the #1 player in the nation. He decided to come to school here. He's one of the greatest running backs to play at LSU, and then he went to the New England Patriots, and he's in the New England Patriot Hall of Fame. And he's still one of the most humble human beings I've ever met. He's a director of our player personnel. He deals with all our players on a daily basis. All of these guys need somebody to talk to. How'd you do it? What would you do in this situation? He's there for us. So I'm a big hand for Kevin Paul.
I'm just gonna piggyback over Coach a little bit. He kind of likes doing this, throwing me on the spot, but that's perfect. I guess that's why we come to LSU, right?
Right.
I'm just talking about dreams, yo. It's crazy that this was brought up because I was talking about it to somebody this morning. One of the guys asked me, like, why you still do what you do? First off, my first dream was to be a professional footballer. But where I come from and how I grew up, kind of started at the bottom, trying to make it there. Well, there's a lot of obstacles in our life that happens. And we know things happen. Obstacles happen to see how we respond to it and how we're going to react to it. That's just a part of life. Well, one of those was some things that in my life that we had to go through. You had to play football every morning, go to school every morning. And the one thing about that was just getting up, waking up in the morning, being an opportunity to go to school in the morning, for me was a blessing, because we didn't have a whole lot. Making it to the NFL, you start to hear different stories from different other players that you play with for a very long time. And you start to realize, they ain't no different than you. What I'm trying to say is, everybody has an obstacle that they have to go through in life. More than one, more than two. It may happen every day of your life. Sometimes you gotta hide. I guarantee you can speak for me. Sometimes you gotta hide how you feel sometimes, because you don't want nobody to know how you really feel. It's all a part of life. It's all God putting it in your hands to see how you handle it, see how you can control it, because He got something back for you later on. He's gonna give you that blessing back later. I was able to play 13 years in the NFL for the New England Patriots, one of the teams that very demanding. You hear people talk about it all the time, how demanding Belichick is. He is that. But now that I'm done playing, I understand why he was that for us. Because now I have a better understanding of life, a better understanding of who I am as a person, as an individual. And when I was done playing, he's like, a lot of people ask me, what is your goal now? You're done, you played football for this long, do you have more goals? Yes. Got a lot more life to live. Got a lot more life to live. Got a lot more life to live. One thing I'm gonna leave you with, when you reach that one goal, there's always another goal you can reach. Keep setting goals for yourself and keep making yourself better as a person and as an individual. Thanks, I appreciate it.
All right. Go Tigers.
Okay. Well, any questions that I can answer?
Let's go to the bus.
All right, we'll get ready to go to the buses. I think we might be able to go out the side door right there, can we?
Yeah, you can go out the door.
All right, we can go out right on the side door over here.
Supposed to record.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
But every year, the great folks from DIMCO cook our food and bring it to this lovely setting. And thank you all so much. Thank you.
So come on down.
No, come on down. This is eating all this. Thank you all so much. So, congratulations. So, we are here in the old governor's mansion, this east room. I was telling our, table, there's this story that supposedly Huey Long had this built as a governor's mansion, and he wanted to be able to get up in the middle of the night when he was going to the bathroom in the White House and know where the lights would be. So he always thought he was going to be president. And so he built the governor's mansion, sort of like a little White House, if you will. And this beautiful room is used for banquets and weddings and things like that. But I remember when it was a museum, and if you go upstairs, there were bedrooms, and there was one room that says it was the governor's wife's bedroom. And at that time, we had lots of exhibits because this was the only really big museum in Baton Rouge. And they have one now it's down the train station, the old train station, LASM. But at that time, I was giving tours for a group of people. And I said, and this is the governor's wife's bedroom. And there was an Egyptian mummy in that room. And one of the little boys said, she was really old. Yes. A 2,000-year-old mummy. And we also had a big bear that was, as you came in, this wonderful sweeping staircase. There was a large bear that Edwin Edwards has shot. Some of you may remember. And all the kids would, of course, rub the bear as they came to fur. And so it was sort of rubbed off there. So we now have, restored this back to the way it looked originally. And in this other room where you could probably walk through as we're going out, you'll see some beautiful wallpaper that was from France that was originally ordered and kind of restored it to that. But this is an old house, and therefore they had many things happen to it. And right now the Foundation for Historic Louisiana, which has changed its name to something else, and I'm not quite, can anybody tell me what it is?
Preserve Louisiana.
Preserve Louisiana, thank you very much, I wanted to get that right, is housed here. And so they have lots of lectures and things like that. So it's nice to have some of these buildings downtown. Well, it is great to have all of you all here. And honoring you as very special people today. And I wanted to know, you didn't get to really let Monique Scott Spalding thank a number of people who made this day a very special one. And Monique is the chairman of our Young Heroes Committee. And Monique, you have that? Okay.
Thanks, Beth.
Monique.
So first of all, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being the people that you are. You are amazing young heroes, amazing young adolescents, teenagers. You know, we appreciate all that you do, your compassion and your service. That's critical, and that will take you higher and higher. I hope you enjoyed the day at LSU today, right? Fabulous pictures of Mike the Tiger and with Coach O, and we hope that you enjoyed that experience as well. And as you are considering your next steps, it's great to be a Tiger, let me tell you. I want to say thank you to all of the mentors and all of the sponsors. I will list them for you here. Our primary sponsors, or platinum sponsors rather, are Arcadian companies, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, CenturyLink, and Walters Papillon Thomas Cullens LLC. So thanks to the sponsors. Without them, we couldn't do the program. So we appreciate all who support the opportunity to honor you, our young heroes. Keep doing great work. Thank you.
Now, I always wanted to do this. I get to read the governor's proclamation. Governor John Bel Edwards and Donna would love to be here, and they send their great congratulations to you. But you know, they're in session in the legislature right now, and the House Appropriations Committee is considering the budget right now, and they are amending it, and they're talking about TOPS funding right now. And so consequently, I know a lot of people are thinking about things like that, scholarships, and stuff like that. So this is a really busy time for him. But he has a proclamation to each one of you individually, and I want to say, in the name and by authority of the state of Louisiana, Governor John Bel Edwards, together with the citizens of this great state, do hereby give special recognition to Garrett Byrne, Savannah Green, Megan Grimion, Stephen Ollier, Jarius J.J. Robertson, Amanda Rouget, Garynisha Singleton, and Kari Stevens. In acknowledgement of receiving the Louisiana Public Broadcasting and the Rotary Club of Baton Rouge's 2018 Louisiana Young Heroes Award. So I would like each of you, all right, can you come to me in alphabetical order? Okay, so let's move right over here so we can have a shot. What do you think? All right, so Garrett, come over. Garrett, let me hand you this and stand right up here so we can take another lovely picture. And Garrett, I can't wait to interview you all tonight. Okay, so next, Savannah Green. Savannah. Make sure you have yours. Make sure I'm handing it out correctly. That's all right. We're gonna be a group.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Megan Grimion. Megan. Here you go. Stephen Ollier. I love that they've done phonetic spelling for me, but I'm from Louisiana. I can pronounce these names. All right, Jarius J.J. Robertson, and you joined us a little later. We didn't get to say welcome to you as much. Yeah. All righty, Amanda Rouget. Amanda. Garynisha. Here you go. And Kari Stevens. All right. Now let's make sure we're not with light. All right. Good. All right. Now let's take a little shot at all of you all. How's that?
Y'all come in a little bit higher.
Yeah, that's good. Our photographer will.
Come in.
I would think of it. Great.
Yes. All right, now look this way.
You sound like that.
Won't stay in there. You got it.
There he is.
you. Perfect.
Tommy.
Now look right here, right here.
Good job, everybody.
Great.
Excellent. All right. Now, if you wouldn't mind, take a seat, because I want you to hear from somebody very special. We're going to have a few short remarks from somebody who I think you would like to hear from. Our speaker is Mr. David Burrows. David is from Houghton, Louisiana, in Bossier Parish. He's driven down here to be with us today. And he is the father of Matthew Burrows, a 2002 Louisiana young hero. Matthew was a children's advocacy attorney before he felt the calling to be a minister. He attended the Perkins School of Theology at SMU and was one semester away from graduation when he passed away last month following a lengthy illness. Of being a young hero, Matthew told us just last year, it has been and remains a tremendous honor. So please welcome Mr. Burrows.
It is really my pleasure to address this year's Young Heroes. And my son was very honored to get to sit where you are and experience the experience you're having today. But you are here for a reason. You are here because you've shown remarkable perseverance, a special drive, that service to others attitude, and a willingness to boldly face challenges and overcome them. When you do these sorts of things, this makes you very deserving of a lot of good things in life, including this honor as a young hero. Now here is a little secret, don't tell anybody else. While you are heroes in the eyes of LPB and most everybody else you encounter, I am sure, we as your parents secretly hope that you see us as heroes in your eyes. Truth is that often when you demonstrate the qualities you've demonstrated, you are truly our heroes. It would be nice if service to others above yourself and boldly taking on the challenges of life and living life with a purpose was not as uncommon as it is. But things are the way they are, and you demonstrate that little extraordinary thing with your lives, and you will do uncommon things in this world. As time marches on, there will be a time when you will not be referred to as a young anything. Trust me on this, unless you're like me, just like that. But still, the parts of you that led you to be honored as a young hero today will perhaps make you heroes tomorrow by doing great and extraordinary things. While you will one day not be called a young hero, you might influence many people in a positive way. You might change lives. You will find your intended purpose and life's fulfillment. And you just might be that someone who changes the world. So congratulations to you, and I salute you, Young Heroes 2018.
Okay, you're now going to have a chance to relax, take a nap, play the trombone. Facebook, I know what you're going to do. You're going to send messages to your friends, say, watch the stream tonight. We've already posted all sorts of pictures on Facebook, right? I hear this. So we're already out there doing, we're your little publicity agents. And so don't be nervous, but we're going to have a wonderful time tonight. We're going to have a stage. We're going to have all the TV cameras and everything, but we can always fix it in the broadcast too. So I always tell people, don't worry. We'll make everybody look great and make no mistakes. And so we're going to have about 400 people. So which is great in a ballroom, which will be fun. But do is just smile, and I'm going to ask you some questions. So, what you want, you can slip me something if you want me to ask you something. This is not a test. You know, I'll be happy to go ahead and ask you that. But we're really looking forward to hearing more about what each of you think. We all know something about you because we've all heard your stories, and we are so impressed with them. And I hope that you have fun getting to know one another. That's one of the little joys of getting to know who some of the other people are who have been honored. And so you join a long list of people, and there will be some previous young heroes who will be there tonight at the dinner as well. So you can ask them some questions. And we just want you to relax for the rest of the afternoon, have a good time, and we'll see you back for TV Time tonight. Okay, thank you.